First up, we're going to move from the agenda just a little bit because of a time constraint from one of our current vendors on the street. Eric Menendez, if you'd like to come up.
Oh,
hi. When you're ready, push the button and we will start the time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will. You want to pass those?
Sure.
Your way. So we are happy to be back. And we. Here, I think that way. Take this one's for you.
Okay. Brown nose face. Nice.
It represents us too, like with all brown bags and things.
So, we came about a year, it was last March, I think, with Patty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember? And we were only able to come for three or 4 weeks, I think, our event was happening. You know, we were a group of small businesses in 29 Palms, so we just didn't have the resources to staff it. As I have learned, takes a village to put this on. And Faith does an amazing job. She's wonderful to work with, and I give her all props. And Mitchell, it was great working with you at Pride this weekend. I volunteered on the medical team. So
You did an amazing job. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So what we have done when I came back, we have recently tried to reactivate this, but a problem that I found in the high desert is we have very limited resources. So it's hard for us in 29 Palms to have all the staff to put together the booth. So we are kind of rebranding as a new nonprofit as Joshua Tree Gateway Communities Alliance. And what we look in your bag, it has information on events that are in Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, and 29 Palms. If you look at this actually was just this weekend. It was the Yucca Valley Film Festival. I had limited quantities of people left, so you might not have one of your thing, but this was a really great event. It was almost like a world-class film festival. It was great. And then this was our book festival. It happened the same weekend. So they had a whole thing on our film production process at 29 Palms that we've established. A lot of great authors came out. So it was really great. We've also had other events like, film festival we had a queer film festival. And then we had Pioneer Days, which is our annual thing in 29 Palms we do. It's a great event. 29 Palms have road state days, but I don't have a flyer for that and so forth. But in any case, our goal is to establish a weekly presence, and we have been for 7 weeks or so. We have a great booth. What I'm proposing to do and what I would love to do, I don't have a detailed information ready. I'm happy to come back when we're ready to do this, but we would like to showcase educational opportunities because what our 4 pillars are advocate, educate, innovate, and like part of it. I mean, there's another one, but anyways, our goal is educate mainly. So we want to be able to educate people about the park. And one thing that I have in your bags are a Desert Institute through the Park Association. It's their education initiative. So there's different classes that they have throughout the year, like desert safety, wildlife, flowers and fauna, things like that. So maybe give them the opportunity if they wanted to send someone from their organization down occasionally. Maybe artists, and we have our art tours. That was a big one at our booth. People are like, how do we get more information? Maybe have a live artist come down during that time. It would be dynamic. So it would be different than a typical every week artist. I know how you guys audition people here and stuff. So I would happily, work it out where we could maybe present a monthly agenda or whatever to Faith. And if you wanted us to come before the board, we could. It's kind of something that is great. A lot of people are interested because what we're trying to do is we're not just including the high desert in this. Coachella, Indio, Desert Hot Springs, those are also gateway cities. They're kind of overlooked by they're not overlooked. They're down here close to you, but they have common interests because they border the park. Art tours. They have Friday nights in Pearson, things like that. So we're just trying to look to kind of band together our efforts. We will to fundraise. We're self-funded. I don't have any tourism agency up there funding us. It's hard to bring 2 government agencies and a county together. We've been fighting for that for years. We're making some headway. People are starting to receive it. But I think what's remarkable is we're getting more support from cities down here. Like Palm Springs. I've talked to mayors in towns like Indio and Coachella and Desert Hot. Not the mayors. I've talked to some council members in Desert Hot Springs who are interested in what we're doing. So I think everyone will kind of come on board with what we're doing, but our booth mainly is just education. It's just tourist information, basically. We do need to self fundraise, so kind of we will be bringing back some designs for half by local popular artists. And Faith explained the process that it would have to be branded with our logo and stuff, so we'll submit designs when I get those. And one of the things we are working on, this is a great new program, it's a digital passport. So if you scan with the QR code, they can sign up for a digital passport. I have a free option on there too for anyone that just wants to follow it. It's called an associate membership. You know, and we're going to be having merchants, specials, you know, things like that, that people will be able to log on and go load a digital guide basically to show, hey, this is here, this is there, this is going on this weekend, and so forth. So I do have a lot of interest with this, and we'll be doing some geofencing, and I'm actually presenting to some other big people down the hill that want to tie into this. And I think it's going to be beneficial to not only our people that come to the airport, but locals down here in the Coachella. I think it's very important to show people what we have up there and so forth. I think that kind of wraps it up for me. And
You're at 4 minutes. Yeah.
oh,
All right. Any questions for Eric?
So you're gonna come back with your designs. It looks like you say sweatshirts, hats, shirts. So when you get those,
we'll submit them. Yeah, and I'm happy to come back and show you them just so you know what we're selling
and what category would this is? This is a
Nonprofit.
nonprofit.
here. Yeah.
So tonight, we're just voting on changing your
The
name.
name, and then my only other request, like I said, would be maybe if we could occasionally, once we do have an itinerary for like, say, an artist or someone that would want to come to promote a specific event, maybe give Faith the flexibility to move us into a more, you know, spot where we can have a little room on the side to do an exposition and, you know, a little expose, like, because I noticed like the art on the bus, they kind of park diagonally, they have a big space. You know, we did have a brief space in front of La Plaza where we could do something on the side. Something of that nature, just to
Say more about that, because our spaces are defined, so.
they are, and that I know, but she had certain spaces like the intersections where like the buses, like things that are like have angled and so forth. And I know there's you said mentioned something about moving us down to arenas or something if there was a spot that would have a little more room. Because what I'm thinking is just having somewhere where we could have like maybe a ranger or a volunteer service from, say, Friends of the Desert Mountains. I'm talking to them. They would like to maybe work with us. You know, I don't have an MOU or anything yet, but somewhere where we could have just a small exhibition space so we're not packed in right in the middle because it tends to create a roadblock because our booth is kind of popular. So, you know, just, yeah, I'm happy to.
Are you asking for more space or?
I mean, I'm
I'm
happy.
unclear on what it is. you're
Well,
asking.
again, I think it would be dynamic. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would like to double booth if we could do that, you know, but she mentioned sometimes you're tight for space. So I don't necessarily need it always.
Yes.
But I would just like to have it on the radar that if we can find a way to have like an artist or a musician or someone that it correlates with an event that's going on to maybe have that little extra space or the ability to do it if space permits.
Now, an
That's not-
artist or a musician would be a different category. I mean, that's another category in Village Fest.
I think he's talking about educational.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have them there. I mean, I would have them there to maybe just promote like a studio up there. I mean, obviously they wouldn't be selling their work or doing, you know, or asking for anything. It's just someone to get the High Desert involved to show people what's up there. It wouldn't be it would just be it would be on a case by case basis. Like I said, I'm happy to come before the board, you know, if that's, you know, or just,
That's probably not necessary, right? David B just speaks to you and this is, I need to have a double
Update you guys.
and move it. Okay. I need to have him come back like every month, having to.
So just so I understand, he's talking about moving, so there is a,
I believe that only on special occasions when he has like an art show or something like that, he would have an artist at the booth kind of thing. So like a little more space so we could accommodate an artist.
and he will coordinate that through.
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Understood.
that sounds right.
Any other board questions for Eric?
No, I just think it's very important for the public to kind of know that there's more
Yeah.
there.
Me too, you know, it's just like, we're all volunteer now, you know, we're really trying to get our tourism board to help us fund this, because it's, you know, we undervalue our time here, and as Mitchell can attest, like, volunteers are great, and the spirit of volunteerism is great, but like, a lot of times people overlook the actual human value of our services, and I feel like it would be nice if we could have them kind of coordinate, kind of save money up there to help us cover the registration costs of the booth, I have a vendor that helps me set up and break down, you know, but all right now it's all coming out of my pocket. I'm really trying to help raise and figure out a way we can get them on board. They're coming along slowly but surely, but yeah.
Any other questions? How about a motion?
Move that we accept 29 Palms Downtown Business
Oh, we'll
Association.
be changing to Joshua Tree
Joshua
Gateway.
Tree.
Retreat,
Yeah, Gateway Communities and
Gateway
Alliance.
Community into.
Because before we were through Visit 29 through the association.
may I amend your
Yes, you may.
motion that he comes to faith if he needs any space expansion due to,
Special events.
Yeah.
I need a second.
I'll second that.
okay, let's vote. Mitchell?
Yes.
I say yes. Dan?
Yes.
Celia?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Welcome
it.
again.
Thank you. And you guys, it's a wonderful place to work. Thank you for speaking us in. I'll get to know where the events here, you know, like.